checked as well as Mr. Sherrod. My best. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the 1179th regular meeting of the Housing Authority and Urban Redevelopment Agency of the City of Atlantic City, New Jersey. Notice of this meeting has been properly published and posted in accordance with the requirements of New Jersey's Open Public Meetings Act. I have a roll call on board. Mr. Sherrod? Yes, it's present. All right. I ask everyone to please join in the Pledge of Allegiance.
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. And following on the agenda, we're now at item number 3, which is first of 2 public comment portions. This is for ACHA resident comments. We have a number of people who have signed up to speak. And actually 10 in number. And go in order, Francine Crouch. Come on down. All right. Number 2 on our list is Geraldine Moore. I'm sorry, Moore. Geraldine Moore.
No, over there.
Over there.
What do you need? Yeah.
Talking to me. Yeah, go to the other side.
Thank you, babe.
All right, now, how you doing?
How are you?
All right, how can I help you? From the meeting or a new place? Oh,
Right now, name space. But I'm up here because I'm talking about
what's your building?
Army terrorists.
Alden Terrace, gotcha.
I think it's doing a little bit better than it was.
I think the property manager will appreciate that. And your maintenance super, where's your maintenance super?
He's on his way, he got called back for the words.
You got called back.
Well, it's getting a little bit better. They came in and fixed out the one side like we asked. And so that's all I have to say. I'm here too much like.
Well, thank you.
Say that.
Property manager and maintenance super, when he gets there, give him my thanks. Well, the problem is, the microphone, it might be a little too loud. So, but next time I know, I'll tell them to bring the microphone.
Yeah.
But what I'll do is, if they talking real low, I'll repeat what they said so everybody can hear.
That's okay.
All right?
Thank you.
Next on the list,
Thank you. Our third speaker, Jojo Bear.
JoJo.
I decided not to talk. I'll speak to you.
I got you, JoJo.
Thank you. Next up, number 4, Karen Leota.
Miss Leota. Hey,
Hi,
how are you?
I could be better,
You could be, but you could be worse too, so we in a good place.
I know. Well, anyway, thank you,
Mhm.
for allowing everybody to have somewhere to go. I'm here from Shore Park High Rise, apartment number 409.
Mhm.
I've been in this apartment for 10 months now. I was moved from the 12th floor that I spent 7 years in, that leaked and the bathroom exploded. And I was put in this other apartment, 409, that is worse. And you have come to confirm my complaints
Mhm.
that I have been telling this administration
Mhm.
since December.
Mhm.
I'd like a formal apology because they wrote a letter, legal services saying I had mental issues and that what I complained about was untrue. But you confirmed it in my apartment.
Send me a copy of that letter, and I will make sure you get
I
it.
will. And that's from the office. Robbers.
You're gonna get an apology from me
Okay.
on behalf of the agents. You can send me the letter.
Also, I'd like to know where we're at with my situation. You did come, you brought the humidifier.
Mhm.
It's running 24/7. Tomorrow makes it 2 full weeks.
Mhm.
It dumps every 12 hours, okay?
Mhm.
But it continues.
Right.
So is it ever gonna stop?
We don't know because it could be a capital issue because your unit, for some reason, it is producing and holding on to a lot of moisture. Now, we know you have both of your vents covered, two separate different reasons.
Yeah, they have.
And we actually have Zeb working with a contractor to go on top of the roof, to
Yeah,
actually look at the vent fan,
I heard
to
that.
see if it's an actual system issue, okay?
Yeah, but
So-
how's it getting into the floors?
Well, no, it doesn't matter. Remember, you got four, basically you got the roof, the ceiling, concrete, floor, concrete, wall on the right, concrete, and your far wall on the left, concrete, and you got your balcony door.
Yeah.
That's all concrete, so it's all gonna sweat. And
I
unfortunately
was
for
in
you,
another apartment with everything sealed upstairs and it never did that.
that's the problem. We don't know where yours is unsealed.
Alright, well, that question, I hope we find out soon.
Mhm.
I need somebody to come once every week or so to clean that bucket, cause it's too heavy for me to pick up. That's why it's continuous thing going into my sink, which is gross, so the water that gets pulled into the machine
Mhm.
gets dumped into my kitchen sink
Mhm.
every 12 hours. That's bad enough that I have to get that out after every time, 'cause I don't know what's coming out of it. But the bucket needs to be cleaned, and the pump needs to be cleaned.
Hey, Zeb, put that on the preventive maintenance, cycle, like dehumidifier.
That's what your instructions say.
No, you gonna put it on preventive maintenance.
I tried to ask for that, of course, my request never happened. Okay, so the odors of the sewage and stuff, that is all part of the sick buildings. I'd like a new mold test soon.
Has it been 30 days, for the? No, it's been 2 weeks.
For what?
The dehumidifier's been running for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
So let it be 30 days, then Zeb, do a mold test to make sure.
okay, but the last time they did it was in April.
Right, but we wanna see if the dehumidifier is working on this.
I think.
It should take away the moisture for the food. So mold needs moisture,
Yeah, I
we're
know.
taking away the moisture, so hopefully that's solved.
It's gonna be in the hundreds of thousands since April, though, so you gotta realize that.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm living with bad headaches, ear pain, congestion, my health is getting worse and worse in this apartment. Am I supposed to be covering my things and not sitting near that?
No.
Okay. Because I feel sickly near it, I'll tell you that much. I'd like a confirmation of the resident meeting that you mentioned that we're gonna be having with Steve Young coming up.
I see that.
I haven't seen any posts
Judy
about it
and
yet.
Steve will be sending out a poster. See Steve right there,
Okay,
the dapper man in the gray suit?
I see. So will
He'll
it
be
be?
working with Judy and your man, bring a manifest.
Will
like
it
that.
be, will it be posted before the day before, so people can make plans, because okay,
Judy and Steve will be working on it.
yeah, I had to request about this meeting for it to get posted after I printed it off your site. Anyway, that's what happened this month.
Okay.
Nobody posted anything.
Okay, so we'll make sure that.
So I reminded them that you said they would.
Okay.
Okay. I sent you an email on the 18th.
Mhm.
I don't know if you got it.
Probably not.
Okay, well, we already discussed where I tried to send you an email before and it was access denied, so. If you find out, make sure that I'm not blocked in the system, which could very well be. With stuff that's been going on.
I got your first email, so.
Which one? September 18th.
Yeah, I got it, yeah.
Okay,
Hey, you didn't ask for a response. No.
okay, well, I've been taking the humidity readings. And they really are the same in the last 2 weeks. They really don't change. And it gets worse at night, which don't make sense. It should go down with the outside temperatures and stuff like that. I don't know what that means, but I'm letting you know. I could show you all the
Give it to Zeb. Zeb, get the, moisture reading from the deodorant.
They're like this.
That's fine.
Okay, all right. What else? I know, well, guess what? If I didn't have all these situations,
I know,
I wouldn't go overtime.
but are we working on it?
Yes, but
Okay, so
I also don't know where it's going, because I've been trying to reach Zed since he set up the machine.
and Mr. Michelle,
No, I don't have his email, I have his phone number and I spoke
and his
to him.
email address, and you can see.
There is a clip that's gonna be on the back of the machine, because that night it was dripping on the floor.
Mhm.
The plug wasn't even in,
Mhm.
lucky I saw it, it would have been all over
It's
the
been a lot of work.
but it's missing, and I've been telling them that it's missing, and that's not been resolved yet. Tomorrow, maybe 2 weeks.
Okay, your work order number is there today,
Okay,
okay?
yeah,
Thank you, Ms. Leon.
thank you, see you next month.
Yes, you will.
All right.
Good job.
Thank you.
The next person on the list, I apologize, I can't make out the name, but the address is Altman, apartment 320. Altman 320.
Over 320, that's your name.
Apartment Altman, 320.
Going once,
Right.
I'm in there.
coming
And I
back.
think that's great, because I didn't have a chance to sign the thing.
Hold on, you can still have opportunities.
Okay, thank you.
You coming down, Alman?
Altman.
All right.
Altman, 320.
Alman, if you change your mind, you can speak in a regular public comment section.
She went to the store, she went to get something.
Okay.
She'll be back tomorrow. she said.
All right, we will move on to number 6 on the list, Ron Brown.
Ms. Brown?
Excuse me, I don't know.
David Brown? I'm good, how are you? Mhm. What development, Brown? Stanley Hall. All right. Oh.
Are we gonna have? This is what I need to know. This is what I need to know from all y'all, okay?
Uh-huh.
Are we gonna have heat,
Yes,
out water,
okay,
and the gas working,
uh-huh.
and everything that needs to be done? And the last time I talked to you
Mhm.
in our meeting, I told you the gutters of my new room needed cleaning. So I don't have no leaks in my house and the water can continue on the
What was
outside.
your work order number?
I don't know what it was, but I gave it to them, but guess what they came to the house for? They came with some gutters, to cut some weeds in the bushes. So I don't know what information, how did it happen, because now that stuff is growing in my gutters. And it's gonna interfere with water in the spring.
Give the original work order number, all right? Give it to Stephanie this time. And she gonna take care of it.
So I gotta go to the office.
No, Zeb is right in the back. You can go find your work order number and give it to you, give it to her, or you can both y'all give it to her.
But this is the
She
question,
gonna get it taken care of.
we gonna get the work bill on those gutters?
That ain't your word.
Okay, I'm talking that.
All you need is work order. number.
Okay, well, the biggest issue, are we gonna have heat, water, gas? Because I don't wanna be cooking my Thanksgiving meal, my Christmas meal, for like the last 3 years we have to go through with the water and this and that.
That's it.
And guess what? It's getting ready, I told them, it's
Right.
getting ready to get shipped.
All right,
And this is a new system, I know that part, but if anybody has tested,
how can I answer that?
yeah.
On the agenda, there's resolution 9947-09-5. Go over to the second to last page, or the last resolution.
Second to last page.
Where is, there you go, right there.
Forward and
9947-0925. Okay. Raise your hand, Northern Minnesota. Raise your hand, Northern Minnesota. Come on, raise your hand. Not you, before we hand. Raise your hand, Northern Minnesota. Yeah, raise your hand. Look, she asked that same question in office. And she looked like she was gonna do something to me if I couldn't find an answer. Right. So I got an answer, and your question gonna be answered in that resolution. So essentially, what you're gonna find out is, we don't believe you're gonna have dependable heat. So we got to make a lot of repairs that's gonna get on y'all nerves, but it's actually going to make sure that we can provide heat if the distribution system fails. The boilers are fine. All the money that was spent on the boilers, fine. It's the distribution. So they gave you a new heart, but didn't replace your valve, didn't replace your arm. So now, that's what they're gonna be doing. Y'all gonna be getting those, because it's gonna be happening all day long. Lot of drilling, lot of dirt, lot of dust. But what they're gonna do is run parallel lines to make sure that Stanley will be able to have dependable heat if one of the original lines fail. Eventually, because of this repair, we're just gonna cut off the original line and go with the new line. They're going to be installing control valves in underneath your buildings, and then 40 inches below the dirt, you're gonna see them trenching and running a new big pipe to every building to bypass the current pipe, because we don't believe the current pipe will hold through the entire winter. So we know which sections are the worst. So we're gonna focus on those worst sections first, then go to the least worst sections, then finish off everybody else. So when we have the plan sketched out, we're gonna have another meeting with just Stanley to show you all what's wrong and how we plan on fix it, and how we're gonna take off everybody who we're gonna take off, because we got to do dirt and a lot of drilling. But it's for making sure that you all have dependable heat. So yes, you're gonna have heat, but we're making a backup plan just in case it fails.
Basically, what I got from them,
Mhm.
that we gonna have interruptions with the heat and hot water. Once again, we gonna play all this stuff. I thought all this stuff was done prior to them installing the new system. Well, we wouldn't have to go through this. But what you're telling me, we're gonna have a lot of interruptions.
We hoping you don't, unless we plan it. So there may be some planned interruptions before the holidays, before you start cooking. Because if we don't, you got two options. You can be upset right now, which is fine. Or you can let us interrupt you on the schedule, so we can say, hey, on this day, we gotta cut it down for a second while we are repiping, and we're gonna turn it back up. Or if you just fail, and then now we scrambling in the middle of Thanksgiving.
But this one was talking about, they was talking about, I knew this board in the third village, and it was gonna be, if this, that, and the third, and change all that around. But I know, it doesn't have sense, y'all can't turn off everything over there because the rent office is connected to.
Yes, we can. Yeah, that's what we're putting on the valve. We're gonna be able to isolate. It's, what is it, 16 buildings? We're gonna be able to isolate each building so that we can make the repair, disinfect that one building, then turn it back on while everybody else still got their heat. Install a valve, cut off the next building, repair their building, turn them back on, cut off, because right now, you're right. If we had to make one repair, we gotta cut off everybody.
Okay, so
Right.
I got a question.
But we are going to be putting on individual cutoff valves on every building, so that if something's wrong with your building, it's not affecting her building.
He asked this question,
Mhm.
even though I said, no, when do y'all turn on that heat?
October 15th.
See, I told.
When I ask the question, it's good, I'll go back topic. I'm not gonna come up to the podium, but if that was the case, then what was the point of moving everybody out of the third village, and y'all was gonna do it separately, individually like that? Because it caused a whole lot of discrepancies for a whole lot of folks. So what, like, please explain that for me, please.
The reason I'm here is because of what happened in Stanley Village 3.
Right,
Right.
so,
They failed to do a whole bunch of stuff in Stanley 3. And those failures will very soon be public as people are walking off with their new Tiffany bracelet.
I know that's right.
okay, well, I ain't got no Tiffany braces.
You don't want this Tiffany
So
bracelet.
please show me what is gonna be done for those folks
I
that
can
was
go-
rushed out of their home
Uh-huh.
and was put in immediate situations that are now hindering.
Well, one, all of those people got a lawsuit that gave them some relief.
Oh, fine, you
Right. That lawsuit gave them some relief for the failures that the housing authority did for Stanley 3. They got some relief. I do believe that the court case is about to be dismissed. I sent over some stuff over to our lawyers as another apology on behalf of the housing authority.
Okay, so I'm a part of the Stanley Village from Third Village, and I ain't never received no lawsuit and not no information about no lawsuit. So please inform me about it, so I can do what I need to do.
So this is what I'm gonna do, because I got a lot of stuff to do. You come see me after the meeting. And that man in the gray suit, because he helped me file the lawsuit.
Oh, Brother Steve.
Brother Steve.
No,
and
Steve,
he
I'm gonna take
communicated.
that back. I'm the one that filed the lawsuit.
There you go.
Okay, I'm the one that got the lawyer with them 3 years when we ain't had no heat, no hot water, no nothing.
There you
And
go.
y'all didn't care. That wasn't just for the third, that was for everybody.
I wasn't here.
Okay, you wasn't here, but you just sitting here and saying that you talked to the lawyer, you don't want to dismiss it. How you want to dismiss it and you still can't guarantee it's heat, hot water, and gas? Let's see what that starts.
I
Please.
You just said it.
I just said what I said.
You just did it.
Hey, listen. Here's what I said. Hold on. Let's repeat what I said. I said that we cannot guarantee any because we see possible failure. That's what I said, right? So if I know something more than likely is going to fail, do you want me to wait for it to fail, or do you want me to plan to resolve it before it fails?
Y'all should have been warned.
They should have did that. They should have did that. They should have did that. It's absolutely correct.
Question is that anybody that was housing at standing on Third Village has a possible lawsuit against that.
Yeah.
Right?
It was here when I got here.
Okay.
I'm also
How can you say that you want to dismiss? How y'all gonna dismiss something?
What are you talking about?
Okay, well, I've been to every judge court, everybody. From that lawyer to the other couples and the lawyer.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
No, you can't dismiss something when y'all ain't guaranteed that our stuff is gonna work. Until our stuff is guaranteed to work,
You cannot dismiss.
you can't dismiss that, sir.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
That's still accurate.
Well, again, just so we can move forward, and I don't want you to feel like I don't care about your concerns. Stanley is about to have another meeting regarding heat in the very near future, so you can see what is wrong and how we plan on fixing it. Unlike the past, where it was all kept in darkness and they just spending money like there's nobody's business, you're gonna know what we know. You're gonna know what we planning on doing and how we planning on doing, and more importantly, how much it's gonna cost and where that money's coming from. So you're going to know that because there's nothing to hide. I could have just said, I don't know, we'll see. But I'm telling you what I know because I've been putting my foot down to get the answer to the original question that was asked to me August, what was that? August, like 20 something?
August like 17 or 18.
17, 18.
or 18.
Right. So within 30 days, I got you an answer. You might not like the answer, but I found the answer. And I also found the solution. As far as dismissing the lawsuit, that's up to the lawyers. All I know is my input was that we needed to say an additional I'm sorry to the residents over there. So that was my input, the additional I'm sorry. Now you can take my additional I'm sorry, or you don't have to take my additional I'm sorry. That's up to y'all as people in the lawsuit. But from where I sit, the housing authority failed.
Yeah.
Because they failed, and now HUD is here, we're saying we're sorry on behalf of the previous board who said y'all didn't care. Okay? So that's why when the lawyers start talking and you see what we're talking about, you're gonna be like, oh, they do care. Because we actually genuinely care, because we see the failures that happen. That's why some people gonna go to jail with the Tiffany hand clubs. Again, I'm sorry, I cannot 100% guarantee you that the heat will work 100% of the time, but I can 100% guarantee you that we are working on a viable plan to permanently resolve this craziness with this heat over there in Stanley Home 1 and 2. Okay? All right. What's the next?
Thank you. Next up is Latoya Dunstan.
Oh, you said it. You ain't got okay. Oh.
Good evening, board.
How?
Good evening, Mr. King. I'm here for several reasons. I still have several unresolved issues with my home.
With your home, like work order?
My home, yes, work
Okay.
orders. I lived in a hotel for months, maybe even 11 months. Things still has not been complete. I am still waiting for a roof. The reason,
Like a whole
it
or
says,
roof repair?
I don't know, it says whole, if you go in the crawl space, if you go up in the attic, you can see, God, the whole.
There.
The whole Lord?
You see the sun.
So now I'm gonna give you some backstory, Mr. Shaver. Still waiting for your response.
You talk to me, the board.
Well,
You talk to the board.
okay, board,
Yeah.
I am still waiting on Mr. Shaylin
Mhm.
to get his response from Mr. Lawyer, Mr. Pacey. Which the response was there because the response was given to one of the old board members. The old board member called me and told me that it is a policy about reimbursing tenants for their damages. My ceiling collapsed 4 times. My home was destroyed completely. The entire first floor from the front to the back. From a leak that they still didn't find yet. In the pipes, that's because it's the roof. I submitted as I was directed. I submitted in writing my email to Ms. Brown as she asked of me. I have yet to hear anything about the reimbursement of everything from my TVs down to, they had to even
You got
repair.
all receipts?
Of course,
How much do you think was worth?
I don't wanna,
Not in public,
right,
send me an email.
okay.
All right.
Also, the drain still has yet to be installed under the house, so all the water has been stained under the house since I've been there. It's no drain system.
Are you on, is this a slab on, is this a built on slab or crawl space?
Cross space.
Crawl space?
And they took the door off the crawl space so that they could let the water out, and all the rodents, the cats, the possums, everything is living underneath of the house. The exterminator is saying he can't do his job until they install the drain because it's useless. I call animal control, they can't stop it, they attract it to the water. You can't even use the backyard because it's a swamp. And the floor was damaged. Instead of repairing the entire floor, they took this blue tile, a tan tile, a purple tile, and a green tile and put it. So it's all Mitch, because we don't have any more.
Miss Van Child?
Because they don't have any more. The entire floor needed to be bricked up.
Oh, y'all going look.
No, it's.
Any answer? Oh, no, we're gonna put work order numbers. I can't, if you telling me it wasn't done, I'm assuming you don't have a work order number right now.
I don't.
So, I've been trying to know your property manager's name, and she gonna be mad. That's why I'm even looking at her. But if you can go to Sam, your property manager, to get new work order numbers for all these,
Okay.
and we're gonna resolve it. Send me what you believe the damages to your items cost. And send that to, me an email, CC Tom, CC, Deidre. And we're gonna take care of that.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Wow. I want to speak.
All right?
Okay, the next person who has signed up to speak, Priscilla McNeil.
Yeah.
How can I help you this evening?
Well, I got some that you can do, but they work me under 32. And I had financial problems with the grocery business where I'm at right now. I don't like it. I don't like the neighbors because
You ain't gotta say nothing. Where you live at now?
Indian Avenue,
Scatter sites, or do you live Section 8?
Yes.
Okay, so,
Yes.
you don't have a policy for return, right to return for people who are in Stanley houses.
They brushed me out.
If they took a Section 8 and they want to come back to public housing, can we create a policy and a preference to get them back into public housing? All right, if we don't have it, if we have it, can you speak with this young lady, so we can facilitate her transferring back to public housing?
We were told that Stanley Home Village, the people that moved out of Stanley Home Village, we were told that we had first dibs on moving back in. So is that not the situation anymore? Because that's what we were told upon moving
No,
out.
I haven't canceled that. I gotta make sure we got the policy to do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so go ahead and talk to Mr. Malcolm right now.
Yeah, I got my question. Yeah, I'm not getting up from the back.
All right, who next?
Next up, Danny Bethea.
Mr. Fair. You delegate your time to Steve?
Yeah.
Come on,
We
Reverend.
have all the visitors been heard for. We got more. It's me. Steve Young, advocate on behalf of the Stanley Homes Residents Association, which they do have a bona fide association there. And Terry Bethea is the president, and they have offices,
And
they're,
advocate on behalf of some other residents as well now?
yes. Well, we're trying to, you need to clarify that a little more.
All right.
And what he's speaking about, hopefully I'll be able to assist with other resident associations, so we can build together as a coalition, so we can solve these problems, not have the housing authority solve them, but the residents solve the problems. So we need to work together on
Say
that.
that one more time, so we can hear.
So the residents can solve the problem, instead of the housing authority solve the problem. Because their track record, you know what you need to. And that includes Section 8 residents, static sites, that includes all the high rise, everybody. There's a meeting that they had in their new office on 340 North Kentucky Avenue. And we thank you for an office that they found inside the Stanley Homes Village resident. And they had to fight for almost 2.5 years to get an office, there's no place to organize. And they finally had it. And we thank HUD for that, as well as the congressman, because they get loud for somebody to recognize that we need to have a place to organize according to the statute, the federal statute that exists.
But hold on one second. Ms. Tammy, thank you for accepting the unit, but then voluntarily giving it back so that Zeb and the team can actually get it to the spot where it's supposed to be. So thank you. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Zeb, for actually getting their offices the way it's supposed to be in record time. They will see you later. From when I got here. Yeah, your time is here.
While we're on the office, there's a list of about 30 things that needs to be done in the office, as well as office supplies, computers, and everything else. You can't put somebody in the office, give them a key and tell them to organize themselves. They need materials and they need supplies. So those, we have.
Hold on for a second. Now, I asked Ms. Tammy. Ms. Tammy, what you need for your office? Mr. Shabbat, I'm gonna give you a list.
And you have it. Check the email.
Tammy sent me an email?
Check the email.
When did she send it? Today?
Yes.
Y'all see this setup? Y'all see this setup? They treat me like I'm the old house. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead, Steve. Go ahead.
we were just vetting you out, gotta be better too, you know, nobody get offended. Okay, well, one thing we'll discuss as well is the training for the residents, Robert Rules of Orders, tenant handbooks, so the residents can have it. MOU and bylaws, which I understand has been signed by the resident, but they don't have a copy of that, as well as the MOU. So that's one thing that's needed. Also, the discussion of a financial report of the residents.
Right. What is this document they talking about that Tom or you know?
I mean, sign off on me. I think I'm the only one that signed.
You got a half a quarter of a signature.
No, no. Every organization signed the MOU. I couldn't get it in time for this meeting for you to execute.
Can't sign something I don't have. I will though. As soon as Judy gets it to me, I'll sign it.
I'm gonna review it to make sure they comply with 964. So you might be re-signing it.
And while you're at it, copy of the bylaws, as well as a financial report of what's been spent from the resident association, as well as how much money they have in their budget.
Oh, I can tell you that, it's simple. I can tell you what their budget should be.
What should it?
It should be $15 per occupied unit per year. However, we're going to take the $15 per unit per year, regardless. So if Stanley got X number of units left over, that's what we're gonna fund them at, no matter if they were occupied or not. The only part, Stanley 3 won't be included in that, but Stanley 1 and 2 will be. Altman, all units. Jeffries, all units. Inlet, all units. JPW only got 42 units, but they need the money too. 48 units. Look out, see, said. So, you know, so everybody will, that will be. I'm going back 2 years.
Yeah, but why?
Because according to federal funding rules, after 2 years, the money's gone. So I can only legally go back 2 years. Now, I'm sending people to jail for violating the law.
Okay, good.
I don't want to be in line next. Okay? Yes, ma'am. Every tenant council budget will be public.
And that's one thing we be asking for, we have every tenant organization, where's your money, how much you have, is about the budget. Other thing discussed was heat and hot water, with a winter and an update review issue, which some of that you explained. But there was a meeting that was requested about a year ago with management, staying homes, village residents, as well as the engineer and these plumbers who's doing the work. There needs to be a coalition of a meeting.
That's gonna be
So
the
they
next
actually-
year. Yeah, that's the next.
Okay.
Now, the bootleggers from before won't be there. But people that are currently working on the problem will be there, and they're going to have to explain it in plain language, not no engineer language. You know, this whole big 18 pounds per pressure, no. Plain English, so y'all can understand. And they have this color coded chart so you can see actually what's going on over at Stanley.
Okay, the other thing that was requested was, a copy of this work order form, because a lot of residents saying that they've been telling verbally, they go to the office with emergencies, need this done, we're gonna need that done. But what happens is, once they leave, somebody may come look at it, but there's no work order established. And some of them they complain about when they ask for a work order, no, but they do not get it. So it needs to be more communication with management.
You told us that we gotta respect it now, right?
Well, request a work order number and or a copy of the work order to make sure what you asked for is actually on the work order. So if you're in a hurry, get your work order number. If you got some time, ask them to print out a copy of the work order for you. Every resident can get that. The moment you ask for it, you will get it. Either the number or a printed copy.
Upon request.
Okay, upon request. Why? Hold on. And you know, Stephanie is my witness. And Stanley Holmes, one of your lovely tenants, came to the office. I took him to the office on that $25,000 bike of his and said, get a copy of your work order. Tell him what's wrong. Get your work order number. Okay, Mr. Sherrod. He walked up to Stephanie. Stephanie, this is what's wrong, ABC. Got on his bike and was about to take off. I yelled at him, stop, get your work order number. Oh, okay. Yes, sir, this also too wrong. Got on his bike again. Took off. Yelled at her one more time, don't move until she gets your work order number. So that's why it's by request. So if you request, wait for it, get it. If you request it, then you walk off, you requested it, you walked off. So stop, get your work order number. That's how I'm holding them accountable. Because now when you tell me work order ABC, I can go look at work order ABC, my sink is leaking. If they came and fixed the screen door, that's not the kitchen sink that's leaking.
Okay, I'm almost finished. Requesting a list of the mailing addresses of all Stanley Homes Village residents.
No.
Let me finish this. Because there's been an issue with giving out the notices, that's why the residents don't know when there's a meeting. Because how can the president and the organization notify them if they don't have the information of their address?
Form 9886 does not allow it. But what we can do, right, what we can do, however, is modernize the way we communicate with residents by allowing people to put their email address in our system. So we can email it and also making sure that she get enough copies to put in every door.
I'm not doing it.
Oh, resident liaison, just make, we're gonna have enough copies to get in there.
Okay, okay.
Don't worry, I think you
something that's very important that, that we found out, there was a special meeting done by legal services, representatives of some of the residents of Stanley Home Village. It was brought to attention that there's a meeting that's happening, a hearing that's happening, public hearing on the 29th
Monday.
at 10 a.m., which most of the residents didn't know about. So at that last meeting, they're requesting that there be an extension, probably a 30-day extension, so they can have a meeting, all these residents have a meeting, go over the documents, so there can be some response and recommendations from the 5-year plan that you.
It's an annual plan.
And from the annual plan. So if can that happen?
We can hold another revision to it, but it legally has to get in so they can access their capital. Remember, we got an October 1st possibility. So what we will commit to is having a second revision if necessary.
So for their own recommendation, that every resident try to be at that meeting, and it's gonna be here at Duffy College on the 29th, because that's the plan and input that they have to give to her on what you want in that plan for the resident. For all your resident organizations, if you haven't done so, do a comment, put something in writing, get in touch with us, make sure it happens. Right. So we're not gonna wait on the next phase, but we will ask for an attempt if you need so. That was very important.
Yeah.
And why wasn't this posted there? Was this posted at San Juan?
I think it's posted in it.
No, it was.
I don't think.
When you say posted, where was it posted? So everybody, here's the disconnect. Y'all used to seeing a flyer pop up at your door saying ABC 1, 2, 3 for now.
Yeah.
They put it in the management office. That's the minimum legal requirement is at the management office. Going forward, we will make sure that any public meetings like this meeting or the annual plan meeting or the 5-year capital plan meeting, we'll send out flyers through resident engagement and resident 10 leaders to send out flyers for that meeting. In addition to making sure that it's at the management office. And if you leave your email address, we'll do a listserv and we can send it to an email as well. All right? I didn't see, where's my notepad?
For everybody's information, Stanley Home Residents Executive Board voted to have their meetings on the second Wednesday of every month. And the next meeting will be October the 8th. All residents meeting will be October the 15th. And these meetings will be 5 p.m. and they are not subject to change. We're going to ask them to be put on the calendar so the room can be available, so the residents can organize and know what's going on. For the first, hey, there you go.
Hi. So on Wednesday evening, NA has those, has that time slot in the evening. So what you're saying at 5 o'clock, I believe that they're there from 6 to 9 every Wednesday and they pay in advance. So October will already be paid for.
We ain't getting none of that money, so they going.
Okay, y'all, listen. Where is? Tell Chris to tell me where that money going. For Ed.
Yeah, it's talking about we had zeros and it's a lot of stuff going here down on that.
Hold on, wait your turn. I got you. Let me know where that money going to, so we can, program that. Yeah. He's gonna have a hard choice. Stanley resident, Village residents, y'all gonna have a hard choice. I'm gonna reprogram that rent money to go toward tenant activity. So y'all can either schedule y'all meeting and get this money, or tell me to cancel that contract and y'all don't get the money. Can I say something? Yeah, sure. We got 30 days in a month. I'm sure. You know what? You can't just. But that's what we're voting on. But for we just mentioned it. But for now, these are tentative dates. So if they can work with the residents, for these dates are something that's right and what was voted on, so they can have it. Let them get started organized, and I'm sure whoever's in charge of AA or NA, if they welcome to talk to us, I think we can work something out together. That's all I'm figuring. All right. The last thing, not least, these last minute notices, I know as it says it's emergency. This was September the 24th, emergency maintenance. This says, this was Sandy Holmes Village Rest, we got today. It's dated for yesterday. And it's saying after our maintenance is deemed for emergency purposes only. Regular service from the maintenance occurs Monday through Friday from 8 until 4:30. Please be advised that emergency maintenance issue includes situations that pose an immediate risk to the safety or health of residents or that could cause significant problem there. So they have a list of major leases. That means electrical failures, heating, cooling failures, gas leaks, structural issues, fire hazards.
Been there all along.
And again, we found asked that you adhere to the emergency clarification prior to calling the superior. And this is signed, but what was missing is probably a phone number, so they can get in touch with someone. That revise that, put the phone number on it. Revise the flyer and put the phone number on it, so they know what to call for emergencies, non-emergencies. And I would like to say, thank you again, Mr. Sherrod and HUD to HUD. And I think this is going to be a good relationship because one thing that the residents back when we started was coming to the meeting. We urged that. That's why I made it up. And I mean, for this room here, the space, Kello and Moore, we applaud you for the space here because. Usually the meeting is on. And 90 is it 901? On Maryland, they try to do it for 5 hours. This is really a good event because the residents can see, they can hear you, and it's a comfortable setting. And then last but not least, can you identify who is in the room from the housing authority at this point? I can try, but they're gonna be upset because I don't remember everybody's name. Starting over there to who is the thing I talked to, that's Jeremy, head of security, Chris over IT, that's your property manager. That's office manager. This is the lawyer. This is Tom, he's your ED. This is Chris, that's your money man. Megan, that's your monitoring coordinator. Evie, that's your part. Tish. Be more discreet. Tish is Altman. JPW is Mary. Melinda. Yes. Melinda. Section 8. Jamie. That's the one woman eligibility occupancy department of Velveeta. I'm gonna say that again, one woman eligibility and occupancy department for both sides of the house. Tiffany, Inlet, Brian, Inlet, Nicole, Stanley, Scattered Sites, Sabrina. You just looking at like you embarrassing me, like I'm like, I don't know, I did it over, I didn't know. Maintenance man, supervisor, Stewart Park supervisor, Zell, wait, A is Altman and somebody else. And then Zell in the back, he's over all maintenance. Security supervisor Abdul, right? And I think that's it. Anybody? Oh, Judy. Because Judy is sitting in the residence section, by the way.
I think that's what you.
And then Steve Young, the resident advocate, who's supposed to be working with everybody, but came up here only talking about Stanley. So everybody else give him a hard time because he's supposed to be working with everybody.
Thank you very much, I appreciate it.
What you say?
Are you gonna keep all the people that you named?
If they act right, yes. The question should have been, am I willing to keep everybody?
Okay, you should be down there.
Go ahead. This is all from, what is it?
All right.
All right, we still got one more person because see that's what we heard. I've been here for an hour. We ain't even got to the business yet.
Final person who signed up, Letitia Gordon.
It's Gordon.
I've been at this podium many times in different places, and I've yet to get the proper response for the things that I bring before this board. We're still infested with mice, and that's some of the things that I've even requested don't even cost money, and I can't get an answer back.
Okay.
I just want an answer.
Okay.
Even if it's enough, like you said. Okay. So the tenants won't think that I'm doing absolutely nothing, which is what the rumor is. But we're all having issues with mice, and some of the number one issues that I've addressed have been trying to change management. This is one of my pet peeves. They change management, and that manager doesn't pass things on to the next manager or the next ED. We've had about 4 or 5 of those, interim and otherwise, in less than 6 years. And a lot of managers, more than that, 5 or 6 managers. And then here, Jeffries, this poor woman is left with no manager. And now she's managing your schedule as well.
No, all the managers are managing my schedule.
All of them?
Yes.
Well, that's good. But they have an awful lot to address with us.
Yeah.
So we're being put on the back burner once again.
Now, please don't make that fallacy line in front of everybody. The residents are being put on the front burner and everybody else being put on the back burner.
When is someone going to, not if, but when is someone going to address the mouse infestation and let the tenant presidents know what's going on? You said I couldn't hardly hear in the back.
Okay.
About the notices and giving us notification about meetings, etc. Because I just learned of this from the attorney that assists us of this meeting being here. But this is something you have, what, every 4th Thursday of the month? Or is it every 3rd Thursday? Every 4th Thursday of the month. And if you could go on the Atlantic City Housing Authority website and know when this board meeting is. But the meeting that's being held on Monday, actually it's not a meeting, but it's a planning of a hearing, the annual planning hearing. Please make time to be there so that you all can be informed straight from the horse's mouth what it is, because doesn't this also have to do with when you were in a meeting just recently with us about voting on what direction
anything.
Okay.
This is your
Not even
required,
part of it.
no, this is your required annual plan, so the housing authority can tell the public what they plan on accomplishing over the next fiscal year.
Okay. Again, it's important for us to all be on the same page and be abreast of that.
Right.
So
But let's go back to these mics.
the
You
mics
have a work order
are
number?
taking over the whole building.
Yeah,
Everybody should have a work order. I just had someone in my apartment someone was in my apartment. Actually, he, go ahead.
I had to put, actually with the, mice put requisitions on it, not put order. Or then we have to get it approved, and then they let me know when they're coming.
So it's a dumb process we need to straighten out.
Yeah, so we have to give them notification so they know when the exterminator is coming, so they could be prepared and everything.
Right.
But I just had a actual conversation with Karen from Western, because I wanted to know exactly what are they actually doing for the mice? And basically they are invading and putting traps. It's nothing else that they do.
Into the contract for, pest control.
Yeah, they got to do more.
Okay, well, listen. What I'm going to do, where's Beth? Write this down, Beth. What I'm gonna do is review the pest control contract. And if it does, I'm gonna review the contract and the RFP. RFP stands for request for proposal. I'm gonna review that to see if it requires the contractor to use what HUD calls integrated pest management. Integrated pest management is more than just baiting a rat hole. Okay, it's a series of processes that are designed to prevent the infestation before it even starts, not just respond to the infestation. If the contract does not contain integrated pest management, it will get the last month treatment of being terminated, and we're gonna put it back on the street to include integrated pest management. What does integrated pest management look like for you all as residents? When they come into your house, they look for holes and openings, not just what you say is that, but where it more than likely comes from. Underneath your sink, behind your stove, behind your cabinet.
And ratings.
And radiating. And then, depending on the structure, so for radiators, it's a thicker cloth, right?
You got stuff. You got stuff. I'm trying to tell you what I know, that my.
They don't want to open radiator. If they find a hole, what they're supposed to do is stick steel wool in the hole, caulk it, then plaster it. Behind the cabinets, they're supposed to look to see if there's any droppings. And then if there is space between the cabinets, either we're telling the pest control to caulk over the cabinets, or they put in a supplemental work order for maintenance to go in and caulk around the cabinet to seal the cabinets up. That's integrated pest management.
They only want to go in there, you know, every time you ask them something, they look at you like you crazy, but we can't go over here, we can't go.
Excuse me.
We give you the bathroom.
Exactly, they're asking.
So that's why I gotta look at the contract. If it's not in the contract, they're not technically lying to you. They're not lying to you if it's not in the contract, it's not allowed. If we don't tell them to treat the unit, not just your one problem. So if you say, I got mice in my bathroom, they going right to the bathroom and coming right out. Instead of looking at the bathroom, and kitchen.
Now, just, something right here. There was a visiting nurse in my apartment yesterday. She had another appointment somewhere else in the building, and she told me how she heard the mice running through the walls. I discovered one was in my kitchen light. I sent the email and said he was dead, but still, I'm not messing with him, dead or alive.
Right.
And you call maintenance to come and remove it, it's not their job, but it's not mine either. To come and remove maintenance does not want to remove a dead mouse from your house. That's what I don't know.
Don't big job.
Well, I'm just saying that's what I was saying, but I just. In the meantime, while you're just, most of what has been done thus far, is something we can go to the dollar store and get sticky traps. And you could even give us or think about giving us a coupon, whatever you wanna call it, so we can do our own thing while you're contemplating whatever else it is you wanna do.
Because I have already presented over a year ago to one of your executives a solution that has worked for me, but I can't keep affording. Because my lease does not say that I'm responsible for mice infestation. It does not say, it tells me what part I'm responsible for. And I just would like for Housing Authority or your receivership or someone to finally address, I gave you, and Lay a whole packet.
Yes, and we still going through it. It was really good.
Yeah.
It was really good. It was really good.
It was 12 pages, but a lot of it, like,
That was the first part of it. You had the second.
no, the second part is to come, still to come, but the meeting that when I was supposed to have yesterday, you were a no call, no show. Now, Shanti can tell me.
And if it didn't get on my calendar, I apologize for no call and no show. That's my fault. Strike number one for me. On you. I got strike two. I'm sorry.
I'm not doing. I do not like to be no call, no show, and I don't like people do it to me. So I'm just like for, this is what I know Shanti talking about. Because I called her around 2:30, when it was half an hour past the meeting. I tend to run late myself, so I thought maybe you just running late. I also know that you have a lot to address, but these are things that are so old, it's gonna get as old as the things that happened in Stanley, and it's just gonna keep snowballing. But I gave the executives a remedy for these mice. And it doesn't even involve dead mice, they will not even come if you try and use it. And I'm willing to bet if you did a cost analysis on it, that it costs less than this so-called intense treatment that pest control people are not willing to. When they come in your house and you say they're supposed to look for this and look for that, he asked me to look where the holes are at when you're coming from. I know there's under my door, and most of us have a gap under our door, so they're gonna come under there because that gap is big enough for rats, cats, and anything else to come through. And this is not to be funny, because nothing here is fun. Nothing. They are smoking it. Okay, I'm gonna move on past that, because if you ask Ms. Brock, or if you ask recently our executive director, I gave them a packet that they said they were going to find out from the pest control people if that can be used in conjunction with what they're already using, but they're not using any doggone thing. So what I propose is something that would help and has helped, and I would appreciate it if it would be looked at fairly and assessed cost effectively to put into place. At least try it while you're trying, because once you guys put it, like you said, back on the street, that means you were trying to get another contractor, correct?
Right.
That could take months. Meanwhile, I tell you what, it should have happened yesterday. I'm in tears about all this mice running to my house. I don't keep a nasty house. But I took a picture yesterday, people here, Jeffries, stop leaving your trash on the floor in the trash room. Karen has already said they will help you with your boxes and they'll bring them downstairs for you. If you're in a wheelchair, put them on your lap, please, and bring them down to I'm just fed up and disgusted that you have to show pride in where you live, or they're gonna feel like we don't need or deserve somewhere to be. You have to take care of where you live. They'll come down last night, you were damn.
Oh, no.
However, now we're gonna move on to, because I said damn.
No, we won't put, we can't.
So far, I'm not trusting the process, especially like I said, this management moves on, and sometimes they just move to another site. And they do the same thing to other tenants, and they still don't leave any footnotes for the incoming manager or ED. I imagine that Mr. Salem was lost when he first came in, no footsteps was left for him. No footnotes. Your smoking is out of control. I have come out of my front door and I have smoke in my face, and I know before I even pass security, they have got to smell it because I smell it right at their desk. And then unless I ask them to, 90% of them do not get up and go outside. I need Mr. Wallace to give them a handbook, which is also in that packet I gave you, where they're all on the same page. We have these $1 million cameras that nobody's looking at, or they will see the smokers. And I don't have to get cussed out when I ask them nicely, don't smoke here, please, so I can get past. And cause I've been on too many medications this year because of the smoking. I don't smoke. And I haven't in over 10 years, but the secondhand smoke is killing me. I need somebody to address it and to follow up. It's the rule. You made this rule in 2018. People that are newly moved in are smoking. They didn't have to move in here if they weren't gonna stop smoking. I need that to stop. And I need to stop getting cussed out and have a thing to write up right now to give to security about the way it was handled the other day. The trash chute again. The trash chute, not just trash being left in there, but the trash chutes have backed up many a times, and I still haven't gotten an answer as to when have we ever had what is called a enzyme elimination, a cleaning of the chute, because we have all these bugs that are constantly flying around in our kitchens and our food, landing in our refrigerators.
Just approved the chute clean contract. When is it supposed to start?
That's all I need to know.
When is Zeb, find out when the chute cleaning company getting here to Jeffrey.
But when you do find out, our office with Jeffries is 203. Slide your note under the door, or I will email you again, Mr. Davis. I know you're one of the hardest working executives here. But I need an answer. I don't get answers. Thank you. Thank you.
There was one other person who we jumped over before. That would be the resident of apartment 320 at Altman.
Altman 320 going once, Altman 320 going twice. Altman 320 closed out.
Chris, is there anyone on the Zoom, any residents who wish to be heard?
No one has said anything at this time.
All right. Are there any members of the general public, non-residents, who wish to be heard on the Zoom?
Hello? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
My name is Sherlindra McIntosh. I'm from Altman Terrace. And I have a few questions for the board, according to the things that are coming up on your agenda. First of all, 9936, you're awarding that contract to BDO, USAPC. They come out of Chicago, Illinois. What does Chicago, Illinois have to do with New Jersey? Okay, you're looking to approve that contract, but couldn't you find somebody in the state of New Jersey that had some reputable ability to take on that contract? Why you got to go all the way to Chicago? Okay, then it was 9937, the Accent Elevators. I want to know how many years in business of repairs to older elevators and or replacement of elevators in older shafts. This is a fairly new company and it's only 20 years old. What do they know about older elevators, and are they going to completely replace ours? Then it was 9944, that Triad Associate Company out of Vineland. Now, they're known for favoritism. I got people that live there. Poor pay of their employees and poor quality. Not a good choice of this type of contract, not reliable. These people don't know what they're doing to be able to treat their own people good. How they gonna treat us? And then it was 9948. How does this new 2026 yearly fiscal thing affect our residents, all of our residents, for the whole of Atlantic City in 2026? I need those questions answered. Okay?
I believe I got you all.
All right.
All right. You're welcome. And I'm going to answer them as I get to those resolutions.
All right.
Anybody else online? Going once, going twice, all right.
All right, moving forward with the agenda, item 5.
Wait, you gotta ask the public in the room. Oh, they didn't sign up yet. Okay.
Yeah, we. Just to be clear, there was one person from the public who signed up, but that was Mr. Young. He gets.
Yes,
I know I'm late, but can I ask this one question?
of course you can.
We have one elevator that's been out for quite a while now. Right?
Elevator number 3.
Yes. What's going on with that?
Wait for it.
They're waiting for a relay that apparently is old and not mass produced. So as soon as we get it, it'll be installed. Okay?
Thank
You're welcome.
Back to the agenda, item 5, approval of the minutes of the August 28th, 2025 regular meeting, open session. And Fisher, aye.
Okay, yeah, this is the meeting, this is the minutes from the last meeting, y'all. We do have one report out. Hold on one second, I saw it earlier.
Okay, take over some.
3 people out, and I'm trying to get them out of the room.
Oh, okay.
Ms. Connie Harris at the last meeting put in a complaint. Took care of that. Ms. Leola put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 complaints. We took care of those, but then we have another one that is still open. Work order 15197 to fix her windows. So it's
Mine is not completed.
Which one? Connie Harris, which one not complete?
The closet,
Oh, no, they said they gotta paint.
paint and put the shelf
Right.
back in.
Right. But
I mean, it's all right.
the main problem was the mold.
Yes, yes, it was, and I thank y'all.
And then, that is it. So, yeah, we can actually, approve them.
Thank you. Item 6, board committee reports. Okay.
There is no committee.
Very good. Item 7, treasurer's report.
Okay, for the month of August, I added actual results versus the budget results, which is through July. We can do that going forward.
Thank you.
I will be wrapping up August results next week, and we've already got a meeting on the schedule. PVP and property management, actuals versus budget, and lay a groundwork for next year's budget process.
Okay. So one of the things you just said is, one of the things that you all requested, that I requested on your behalf, is that your property manager, so for October, you'll be talking about September. But going forward, at your regular meeting, you'll know how much rent you collected, what they spend money on, if they short, or they weren't working with a little bit extra, so y'all can plan out certain things. Okay, so that's what he's talking about. All right.
And just to get ahead of the resolution, the pre-check run of the $756,000 that's supposed to be paid. $346,000 is for quarterly insurance payments for property and liability, and another $30,000 in flood insurance, and also a one-time hit for Evergreen for their initial startup for landscaping, which is another $30,000. Those two special items.
It's $740,000.
56.
56,000.
Yeah, it's a lot of one-time payments in there.
God, dang, y'all backed up. Never get it work.
I'm sure that you said it cost 30,000 to do the
landscape.
That's the startup. It ain't gonna cost 30,000. Cause so the reason it costs 30,000, y'all remember what the bushes and the grass look like? That's why it costs like, that's why it costs like.
But do we get a leaf cleanup? Cause we had leaves from 3 years ago. And
So it's my understanding, and you just let me know that my understanding is incorrect, that in the pre-cleanup, once they cut it back, they were supposed to come back and clean out the bushes to move. So, Megan, follow up with the property managers to see why the bushes ain't been cleaned.
Yeah,
What
and
they
leaves.
talking about, you talking about the leaves that have fallen every. For the last 3 years. Hold up, Divine. The leaves that are falling that are there, cause up underneath the leaves holds moisture. We know it's even more water from the rain that comes.
Right.
And so all that is under there, they got bugs that we don't even know the Lord made, that are living up under these leaves.
Mhm.
There's so much stuff, and it's a hazard.
No, we can make
It's
sure
an
that they,
environmental hazard as well as a health hazard. I ain't never seen so many people, and no disrespect, I'm not blaming it on the housing authority, but I ain't never seen so many people running around here with air tanks. And my life, cause the air quality is terrible. It ain't the mold, it's the busted pipe, the lawns that are being taken care of, and all these are not only environmental hazards, but they health hazards
yes,
as
ma'am.
well. So,
Yes, ma'am. So what they can do is one of two things. They can either rake the leaves up or mulch them into the ground. But either way, they gotta get it done.
Thank you.
So they follow that.
And my trees, cause the tree gonna fall on one of us.
They supposed to cut it back. If it's a dead tree. Yeah.
When it fell real big.
That's not in this contract. That's an arborist. So, Zeb, where's that? Never leave my eyesight. And you have an arborist come look at Stanley trees and see which ones need to be removed.
You did a job, right, Sheena? You did a job.
Thank you.
You are.
I mean, thank you, sir, and thank you.
Thank you.
Right.
Item 8, report of the secretary.
I apologize in advance. I know this is a big room, and I've been told in the past I don't really have much of an outside voice, so I'll do my best to get it out there. Our heat and hot water, as has been discussed, we have a pipe failure mitigation design plan that's already been put into effect. The first phase of that will involve installation of valves and T's in your crawl spaces. As everyone is very familiar, we replaced the boilers, we replaced all the crawl space piping. The second phase of that is going to be trenching and laying new underground pipe throughout the first and second villages of Stanley. The environmental review, pending approval on tonight's agenda, will be done for Stanley Village 3, and we will be working with HUD directly on a Part 50 environmental review process. The permit.
Describe what a Part 50 is.
Sure.
Y'all know what a Part 50 is?
No.
Y'all know what a Part 58 is?
No.
Y'all know what he means when he says environmental?
Yeah.
Y'all got that part?
Got that.
Yeah. I'll keep this part brief. The difference between a Part 50 and a Part 58 is we're going to be working directly with HUD on this rather than was termed as the responsible entity, right?
Who's the responsible entity?
At present, it would be the city administration.
So y'all know why they gotta work with us directly, right?
What is going to occur is the environmental consulting firm has a list of screening items that they have to do to make sure that there is no lead, asbestos, radon, other environmental hazards. If there are, they have to identify that, and there has to be a process established for mitigation of those environmental hazards. This is a key part in a demo application process, so we can actually proceed toward building new affordable housing at Stanley 3. As of right now, 1 is not scheduled for villages 1 and 2, because we're not at that point yet, but since village 3 is vacated, we understand that not everybody wants to be staring at vacant buildings and encouraging some of the vagrancy and whatnot's been occurring there. Pivoting.
Okay, so that's not the only reason. Stanley 3, as it stands, is a hazard to you all, and Stanley 1 and 2.
Yes, that's right.
And I have deemed that place an extreme emergency to protect the babies. So we gonna tear it down. So to tear it down, there are 2 steps. 1, we have to secure it. So we're getting a big order of supplies on October 1st.
Big order.
Well, speak faster. I'm sorry, y'all.
So pivoting to security, the permit application has been approved for the city for the fencing that's going to be installed in Third Village. Our security director is going to be working with the vendor that's going to install this fencing to confirm the schedule, so to make sure we get the installation going as soon as possible. The material deliveries, if anybody's been over by the management office over in the third, we have begun to receive our shipments of materials to make sure that these buildings are secured and properly boarded up. We will be, I guess, under the very strict eye of Mr. Sarab, because being from HUD, he completely understands the HUD standards for board ups. And our maintenance department will be held to the highest standard in terms of making sure it's secure.
In layman terms.
Right.
It's to prevent the drug users and drug dealers, vagrants and vagabonds from breaking in and using the buildings as whatever the hell they want to use it as.
But you know, they pull off the board. I watched, I went up to the see one day and they pulling off the board and Joe was jumping in the window. I said, what?
So, hold on, let me answer her, it may get to you. The board that they was pulling off was probably as thick as a piece of paper. The board we putting up is 3/4 inch thick. I wanna see the strongest crackhead try to pull that off.
I used to see it now.
So is what, Mr. Selman is saying, so the testing for the investors and all that, that has to be done before the buildings can come down?
Right, but you can't release that into the air.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. Okay, I'm trying to get, because now you're pouring more money into these this vacant property is just pouring money into it. I understand you have to do what you have to do. I got that.
Right.
That you have to do what you gotta do, but I'm saying to myself, here we go again, pouring more money, and they already messed up a lot of money as is.
They did.
They really,
They messed up, an estimated $13 million of.
Lord, have mercy.
Stop saying they messed up, they stole.
Hey, and tell our superintendent in front of the judge. But look, y'all, the reason we are putting in the appropriate amount of money to secure this property long enough so that we can tear it down safely, right? I gotta secure it because the moment I don't, and something happens to somebody's baby, I ain't gonna be able to live with myself. And I saw it and I said, let's go ahead and secure it. So we made the purchases. I declared the emergency. Y'all was at the last meeting. I declared the emergency. The material is supposed to be delivered. Jeremy been working feverishly to get that gate with Tom up so we can put it up. And the police is going to put some police cameras out there.
Oh, yeah, big cameras.
Right. So we're going to have stuff out there to protect it for as long as we need to tear it down. We're not going to keep it up there. We're not spending all this money to keep it up for that long. But we got to do the environmental one is required by law. And two, morally, we can't release anything that's deadly in the air. We've got to try to make sure we know what it is and then mitigate it. So what you will see is some testing going on then. They're going to put up some plastic around where it's contaminated. Go in, take it out. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Then you're going to see them come in and tear it all down. Then Stanley residents 1 and 2. Mr. Good looking over there is really going to be sitting down with you all talking about the future going forward. All right? All
right, so moving on to finance procurement. Solicitations for independent auditor services are active and due next week. We are working presently on mold testing, snow removal, laundry equipment, and HVAC solicitations so we can issue them if they're not on the street. Capital Fund Summary Report is included in tonight's board package and is now being uploaded to the website. So if anyone's curious about that, we're gonna get everything certified, put on the website. We're aiming for tomorrow. At the very latest Monday, it should be available. The fiscal needs assessment, speaking of our website, all fiscal needs assessments are available on the Atlantic City Housing Authority website. There are public documents and they are available for anyone's review should they be curious. Speaking of capital, we are focusing our
capital. For a second, because they're looking like what you talking about. Remember we talked about the conditions of the units? This is that report, so you know how much it will cost just to repair Atlantic City Housing Authority property. And we got it broken out by everybody's community. So if you nosy, you want to see how much Stanley costs, and you live at Altman, you can see how much Stanley costs. If you at Stanley and you want to see how much Jeffrey costs, you can see how much Jeffrey costs.
It's out there in the public now, so as the residents, you all can start becoming more informed on what we're gonna do going forward. And the impetus behind it, okay? So when somebody try to come in and have a meeting with you all about what they wanna do to help you redevelop, you can say, well, look, according to my report, this is broke and you ain't talking about fixing it. Get out of my face, let me get somebody else. All right.
So our capital resources are being focused, and anybody makes it to the public hearing for the 5-year and annual plan will see on our capital schedules that we use those P&As as our primary formula for prioritizing our capital fund usage. What we're doing is we're focusing on critical health and safety items and making sure that we're addressing those. Management side, our vacancy reduction plan was drafted by our department heads. That involved Section 8, that involved property management, that involved maintenance. That plan is currently under review. Repayment agreements are being stressed, so.
You see how fast you went past that?
You told me to keep it quick.
Right, but certain things you gotta stop, because you see how they looking at you like, they wanna know vacancy reduction, how does that affect them?
I will keep this one as brief as possible.
There we go.
I don't wanna prolong things. So in order to turn vacant units, our departments have to work together and coordinate, and everyone's gotta be in lockstep. In order to get units that are recently become vacant, ready to be leased again. So our department heads put their heads together and they've come up with a plan. Again, it was just submitted yesterday, I believe. So it is under review, but we want to make sure that we are making units available as quickly as possible. Why? Because we know that affordable housing is in short supply, especially in Atlantic City. We want to get as many units available to meet that demand as possible.
And they missing out on money to be able to pay for stuff. The more units we occupy, the more revenue come in, the more stuff we can fix. Now residents, at some point though, we're gonna have to stop bringing in people from the outside because we gotta take care of people on the inside.
Exactly.
Right? So once we hit that sweet spot, you're gonna see me do another resolution to override the resolution I'm doing tonight, which will close the waiting list. So that we can start doing internal transfers and then prepping for future redevelopment. Is that all right, John?
Oh, that's good. You stick to your words, but that sounds good.
I ain't got no choice since I'm here. No. It's called integrated pest management, and I don't believe this happened. So we're gonna be working on that contract to get it together. Okay.
You gotta keep all the furniture, dumpster area, everybody keep it. Every time y'all clean it, somebody come and put.
I'm sorry, somebody is popping some gum and if they work in his house, is going to be a doctor. Stop popping that gum. But who it is? Now, I'm sorry, can you finish?
You know, the furniture, everything, when I call staff, and you know, and I make this spend, they do, I'm get the furniture from the dumpsters. But see, that holds also a lot of mice and rodents where they can make homes and stuff in. So they need.
So I got a zip, what's the roll off? How many roll offs do we have?
Whoever's going, they do it to be smart.
Yeah.
Huh? No, we have, I have to look at, you talking about for roll offs for the. What you talking about?
The mice and the, you walked out.
Oh, no, that's integrated pest management. The pest company's still gonna be working to go out and do corrective, but integrated pest management is more preventative. So it actually tries to prevent the problem than just responding to the problem. Okay? So, but still putting your work orders for roaches, rats, mice, and everything. But I'm gonna look at the contract so that we can get it on a more preventive cycle. So monthly, they coming in to a certain number of units a month, doing an IPM until the entire building or development gets done. Then it's more of a preventative corrective cycle going forward.
Now, I'll talk to you more about that because it's a process.
Right, you want to tell everybody? I thought you work for all of us.
Everybody.
Huh? IPM. IPM.
IPM.
Preventative pest control.
Okay, that was just supposed to be the lady.
It's probably not in the contract. I gotta look at the contract. They can't give you something that ain't there. The contract may be only for a response, not to prevent. And if it's only for a response, then they can't come out to prevent. That's why we're gonna have to put it back out on the street as a preventative and responsive contract.
Well, I talked directly to the town leader, and he said that I had to go to management and ask them.
Yeah.
For the like.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he didn't write the contract and he didn't sign around the contract, so he don't know what's in the contract. But if he promising you stuff, let me know his name after the meeting so I can tell the company he's promising stuff. And they need to do it for free.
No, we just can't do it.
No, if they make you a promise,
No,
they gonna pay for it for free.
He said I can't do it.
Oh, if he say he can't do it, then don't be mad. All right.
Yeah.
Sam, roll-offs for bulk pickup. Make sure we got enough, or the roll-off is being emptied on a regular
But
basis.
you also need to be telling these residents, because every time they do their job, just pick up the furniture,
Mhm.
a day later, somebody put more than 2 couches, a chair, everything.
I'm gonna talk to Abdul. After this, let me know how many reports you got.
And also, people are leaving, but they leaving everything in their apartment. So
They're
when the
leaving
ma-
everything in their
Yeah,
apartment.
so when the maintenance come out, they know to go in there, they have to throw the stuff out. And I think that's so unfair.
Well, you know, when they leave, especially if we add them to leave, that cleaning bill gets tagged on to the ending amount.
Okay.
Okay, and because I'm gonna make sure the agency is actually following HUD rules and putting that debt inside of HUD system, that debt is gonna follow them throughout the continental United States, Hawaii, and Alaska.
Okay.
We're gonna get it back.
I
Okay?
feel like that before.
All right, go ahead, Tom. 'Cause I know y'all, and I ain't paying nobody in this country.
Yeah, I go too.
I know.
And get my Stephanie some help, get it off.
I know.
Oh,
Yeah, she's a hard, she really,
Give Jack P some help in her office.
hard worker.
yeah, come on.
I'll tell you this. When you see when we post the monthly report to the website and you see the rent collection rate, talk to your neighbors about paying more their rent so we can afford somebody to pay.
I went there, they ain't ready to get evicted, simple as plain.
What's like you?
Now,
Start with Nicole and Stephanie, and then I'll follow up with you after this. I don't want you to hold on. Take either one of them.
Alright, so for the second perfect segue, speaking of rent balances. Your property manager, so I'm not talking about anyone specifically, is.
Y'all might wanna listen to this.
Part of our eviction prevention / vacancy reduction program, is that our property manager will be sitting down with residents who have accrued high balances in an attempt to prevent eviction, to engage in repayment agreements.
I'm sorry.
I know.
That's been going on for a long.
Wait a minute.
We are putting focus on it.
What is it?
It's not a new concept, repayment agreements. It's not a new concept, we are putting a stress on that to prevent people from getting evicted for non-payment of rent. I'm not saying anyone's even in this room, but we have some people that have very high balances in the tens of thousands.
How long you
How long you get? There's only so many people that are tenancy attorney.
That's not people with escrow.
No,
That's nothing to do
no.
with that.
And I had.
Well, they go back to just ain't doing their job, nigga. If they $10,000, then a manager out doing his job.
So before Mr. Draw starts taking.
Look, I get a 14 letter in the same month as my record.
Hey, y'all, listen. At your monthly management meeting, starting in October.
Yeah.
All this is gonna be explained to you at your meeting, okay? I can tell you right now, we have a outstanding balance of over $500,000. We have people in court, right? We have people in court. Y'all court system ain't the fastest, but we have people in court. However, what we're trying to do is because, and I don't want anybody in here to say that we don't try to look at the people as a person instead of a number, right? We know that if we tell you to move out of this scarce public and affordable housing, the odds of you finding something that can fit in your income is slim next to none. So for those people, and let the words bring forth, tell everybody, this is your last shot to get up in here and get on a payment plan. The last shot. Or repayment plan. Let me correct that, repayment plans. Or unfortunately, Miss Judy ain't got enough people to stop the eviction. All right? So
I won't take no more rent from me because I still have my
I don't talk about your personal business in public. Go talk to your manager. And if
No,
you
we
don't,
talking, so I'm asking you.
we're gonna talk on the side.
Okay.
No personal business, because this is all public and recorded. So listen, bring forth the word, everybody. Go try to get on a repayment plan with your manager.
Oh, you got
The
an appointment?
winter is coming up.
Make an appointment?
Yes, make an appointment. Go talk to your property manager to get on a repayment plan. Because look, y'all, I'm gonna be real honest with y'all so y'all can see how this affects everybody. You don't pay your rent, I gotta start laying people off. Not because they ain't good people, not because they ain't trying to do their job, not because they not committed. It's because you ain't got enough revenue coming in.
Oh.
Right? Now y'all see me every board meeting, and this is my second one, I have cut contracts. I have cut contracts religiously, trying to stop the bleeding. So that people don't have to lose their jobs. Because people are ticked off at the old housing. Pay your rent so that the renewed housing authority can actually keep the people that's working hard. I already sent the warning to the slackers already. You get on. I'm gonna get the dead weight at the housing authority. But the dead weight is going, once I remove the dead weight, guess what? That's nothing but lean meat. And that's meat that I should not cut if you pay your rent. So pay your rent so that I ain't gotta cut a worker. I already told them, improve your performance. Maintenance has improved their performance. The managers, they are on fire. I had a hard conversation with security last week. The supervisors are working their butts off, making sure everybody do their dang on job. I'm giving the team the ability to craft their future, but the one variable they don't control is the tenants paying their rent. So if you love your property manager, you love your super, you love everybody who you love that work here, pay your rent, tell your neighbors to pay your rent. Because this is one of the few times where I will put the employee before the resident. And allow the resident to be kicked out before I cut a person. To try to get somebody else up in here who won't pay that rent. So please send the word out. Pay your rent. All right, Tyler.
So realizing that the heating season does not just affect Stanley, we also have our plumbing and food contractors working in concert to address the boilers, pumps, exhausts for the boilers, multiple items to ensure that we have a smoother heating season going forward. Resident services is going to be following up with all the resident leaders shortly to schedule next steps. We had a meeting with resident leaders recently to discuss the resident advisory board. So Judy is going to be following up. Resident services will be coordinating follow-up meetings. Now that we've also identified a couple of individuals from the Section 8 program that might be interested in joining. Personnel. We are in the process now. We're actually diving straight into procurement interviews. We actually have an initiative to build our capacity in-house to handle all of our procurement. That's bidding, quotations, et cetera, for contracts, without the need to rely on outside vendors for this. Part of that, gotta bring more people on. We actually just got authorization to bring on 4 additional maintenance employees. Primarily, they're gonna be assisting our existing staff with unit turns. And we're also seeking meetings to identify other laborers to help with unit rehab. Again, we're trying to bring our internal capacity up so we can do more in-house. And that actually concludes my report. So
Maybe you have a copy of the report for the secretary?
Yeah, it'll be part on the website.
If you want to. Thank you.
Yeah, and all this stuff is going, once we redact the resident information, it'll be on the website. But the board has to see the resident information, then we redact it so the public can see it. So they're not, redacting means that I have to cover up any names or addresses or anything, so they cannot tie you back to whatever's going on. All right? Because some of this has people names in it, like people who got kicked out last month, I see their name.
Well, I was just talking about the secretary's report.
No, I'm saying, I'm building on what you're saying, everything's gonna be.
Everything would be
That's what was not happening in the past.
great. Thanks.
And luckily, there's no special meetings, no closed session meetings. I can't talk to myself. So you ain't gotta worry about whatever's in that closed section. Because I'm trying to read the closed session minutes and it's like 5 sentences for 2 hours. I'm gonna shut up. Let's go to the.
All right, item 9, other business and communication. Are there any?
Nothing for me, we gonna keep
All
going.
right, to the resolutions, item 10, we have 13 resolutions on tonight's agenda, numbered sequentially from 9936 through 9948. First of those, 9936, a resolution awarding a contract to BDO USA PC for fee accountant services.
Okay, so the question from the Zoom, why BDO, they're from Chicago, why couldn't you not find anybody locally to do this work? This was a public RFP, and from the proposals that were submitted, BDO came out on top for the fee accounting services. So, because they were what's called the lowest, most responsible bidder, with a not to exceed value of $75,000, I'm going to approve it with the following caveat. HUD is actually going to provide TA in this very item for the housing authority beginning in October. Once I verify that HUD is actually providing the exact same services that we went out to bid for, in November, we're gonna terminate this. Okay? So this is just to make sure that Chris has what he needs until the HUD team start later in October.
Okay.
Then, once we know that we have that capacity, this will be terminated and we don't need it. All right, so will be approved pending verification that the HUD TA is going to cover the services, then I will terminate it in November. But to answer the Zoom question, it was a public bid and nationwide, and the winning person came from Chicago. I don't know who these people are, and they don't, so they're not from my part of Chicago. I'm born and raised, really, God. No, I ain't one of them. Approved.
Thank you. Next up, resolution 9937, this is a resolution awarding a contract to Ascent Elevators for elevator maintenance services.
So, Jeffries, anybody in Jeffries disagree with me trying to get preventative maintenance on your 3 elevators? Anybody in Inlet disagree with me trying to get preventive maintenance services on your 2 elevators? Anybody in Jeffrey?
No.
Anybody in South Shore Park? This contract is for preventative maintenance services, and I personally read over the RFP earlier today, and I saw the services that they provide. We will get a log, and we will know certain things that should not break. They're going to be looking for those. Stanley, this don't affect you all down here.
You gonna get rid of Otis?
Otis is gone. As soon as I say yes to this, Otis is gone. Old Dilla is gone.
But there were 4 bids. They came out the lowest, most responsive. So when you read the resolution, it is the first year is $2,000 a month or $24,000 a year, which is significantly less than what Otis billed at $47,000. Right, for the year. Also, second year has a small escalator on it, so it's $24,000 plus a small escalator, because prices go up. But also, we added emergency repairs, Jeffrey. Emergency repairs with a specific 2-hour response time. So when we call you at 1 o'clock, you better be there by 3. All right? So I'm gonna approve this resolution.
Thanks. Next up, resolution 9938. This is a resolution extending the contracts of AAA Facilities Solutions LLC, ACD Services Inc., and M&M Productions LLC for cleaning services, pending the issuance of a new invitation for bids and contract award for those services.
I just want you all to know that I am having a hard time approving this. This is the janitorial contract. Right? And I don't believe they put the best use of housing authority money. However, we don't have our ducks in a row to switch over to a different program. So I'm giving Tom, Megan, Chris 60 days to figure out the alternative. So that 1, more residents can get hired doing this work in their communities. And 2, we can lower the price and raise the costs. The technical reason is our former procurement person quit right in the middle of this procurement. If she had not quit, this would have been a hard name.
Yeah.
But she quit, and I got to give them an opportunity to pivot. So I got to say yes, but it's only for 60 days. I don't care if you come or high water. 60 days, that's the end of this. All right?
I think you got over the president.
I know, but we got to stand it up, because if a resident walk with some leaks, it's going to be a problem.
Right. Yeah, we Dave.
All right. I'm going to approve it for 60 days, y'all. Okay?
Next resolution, 9939. This is a resolution permitting automated clearinghouse, or ACH, payments from Atlantic City Housing Authority residents.
So a lot of residents complain that they got to go get a money order when they can just tell their bank to send a check to us. But then, if the check go to the manager's office, the manager got to manually work with the check and then send it to Yolanda, who then got to manually. There's a lot of manuals in here. This allows for the housing authority to accept electronic payment that is not a credit card or debit card to the housing authority. Just modernizing it so that your bank can send out the electronic payment. We get it. That's less money and time that we got to spend on processing a manual check. We're bringing us up into the 2025.
So you're saying that my account can send my rent directly to
And we gonna say thank you.
So my check ain't no good.
Huh?
The check in every month, that ain't no good.
You send a check in every month, but in this next resolution gonna tell you that we gonna stop
We take
accepting.
that money out right away, so we cash my checks.
It's the process of
the
cash.
process.
Right. Your bank now can send it directly to us electronically. There's no middleman.
Do the other checks I got upstairs.
You can frame them.
No, I'm doing y'all every month. I paid for those.
So this is a yes.
Thank you.
That is better though. Thank you.
Resolution 9940. This is a resolution to pay vendors, landlords, tenants, etc. via automated clearinghouse.
So we ain't taking paper checks, and we ain't gonna be giving out paper checks. So come January 1st, landlords and vendors must have a way to receive an ACH payment, electronic payment from the housing authority to them. That stops on anybody trying to bootleg my signature on the check. That stops somebody trying to make a bogus paper check. That stops. Come March 1st, so October, November, December, January, 4 months for the vendors and landlords to be able to accept an electronic payment. Then February, March, an additional 2 months for residents to be able to accept an electronic payment from the housing board.
Like Zelle is something.
Similar to Zelle, but not quite Zelle.
You know,
So
I have
we
a
not
problem
go-
with that, excuse me,
Uh-huh.
sir, not so much a problem, but it is because I'm thinking now, even as the tenants are paying out with paper check, we have a problem with your computer system. With the rent, you pay your rent, y'all forbid you pay it early, a few days early, and then it backs to another month. I don't put all that stock into computers, especially with the experience been having with the housing authority. Computer, we don't get our rent things anymore. We gotta call and find out what our rent is.
You don't get a rent statement?
No. I can't even tell you there's nothing about it, talk about my, talking about my security deposit and Bank of America, that thing is bull.
Yeah.
It really is when it comes down to our finances, that really needs to be straightened out.
Thank you for telling me that.
You so what?
Beth, did you pay attention to that? Put that on my to-do list. Thank you for saying it. So if we don't have it straightened by March 1st, I'm gonna extend that date. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
I don't go to my rent till you straighten it
No,
out.
Next up, resolution 9941. This is a resolution terminating the contract of the Brooks Group LLC.
I just told y'all I've been terminating contract, right? This is a service that is no longer benefiting my residents nor the housing authority because HUD will provide that service over to the housing. And I'm saving $6,500 a month.
Agree.
What you find new laundry company?
Said new laundry what?
Laundry company.
He just said that's what they working on.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
What if you don't have a checking account?
That's why Miss Judy gonna come in. Go ahead to the next one.
Next up, resolution 9942. This is a resolution approving and authorizing a contract to Manfredi and Colecchio for special legal counsel and labor legal services.
So we already had a contract with this gentleman. And, I believe he decided it would be beneficial to the residents to be lowered his rates. So all this is an acknowledgement of him lowering his rate. We got another lawyer we finna talk to next. I had to create the competition for her.
Next up.
Y'all heard the stuff?
Resolution 9943. This is a resolution approving the opening of various housing choice voucher and public housing wait lists.
Remember the vacancy reduction plan we talked about?
Yeah.
We need people to actually occupy those units. And nobody has anybody on the wait list. So we gotta open up all the wait lists so we can get people. And we've had a lot of interest of people wanting to come in now.
You know what too, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
This was before you came.
Mhm.
And so I think it's safe to say that a lot of your units are empty like that. It's because, boy, they were trying to put the tenants out and they was refusing to rent out. This was before you came, so I'm just letting you know.
Mhm.
And you have tenants that they did, because they were trying to force everybody out really at one time. And so you know this time, you know. Yes. That they was refusing to rent the empty place and units because they were trying to put what they had rent out so they could just shut down the whole family-owned building. That's what one of their criteria was to do. Evidently it backfired on them. So now,
I don't know what the previous board instructed Tom to do, but Tom was instructed to occupy those dang on units.
I hear you, right?
And that's what this resolution allows him to do, and his property managers
all of them are gunning for more money, so they wanna see all of these units, so they can now talk to me as a collective saying, Sherrod, pay us.
Now, when you say every list is open now, like section 8, scan site, all them open again?
Everybody know.
Can I get a section 8 list first?
You might be number 5 on the list because it's from folks before you that talked to me earlier.
All right, well, I wanna be number 5.
Talk to that, you can talk to my one woman occupancy.
No problem. Oh, and I need to scan.
Alright. Yes, ma'am.
Application for section 8.
You get on the wait list,
We don't know where you are on the list.
you can get on the wait list and they can give you your number.
So I sent my application and nobody never sent me a number.
They closed it.
You gotta ask for the number.
No, they closed it. They
So I
shut it down.
called this young lady to get my number.
Right.
And so call your property manager, they can help you get your number off section. Everybody, I just want y'all to know, one of the reasons why I have to pay the property manager more is because they are becoming a one-stop shop for all your questions. So I know I have to pay them more, that's why they all looking at me like cuss words, y'all see it? So I need y'all, cause I don't know how long I can hold out, but I gotta pay them some more money. Cause I'm putting a lot on them and they like, Sherrod, you putting this on, oh, we don't see our money. Cause they here for free, all they get to do is come in late the next day.
Cause I got 2 mics in my apartment, I just got a 6.
Put in 4 scattered site, my man.
Right.
How many vacancies you have to date, you know?
225 that need to be occupied.
225, that's the whole thing.
That's the whole agency. All right, I approve it.
All right. Next, resolution 9944. This is a resolution awarding a contract to Triad Associates for environmental consulting services.
What is this?
9944.
9944. I think I left that one upstairs. Okay, so the question from online about Triad Associates for the environmental is, what is the environmental? And that was what Tom was trying to explain to you all. The process of getting the Part 58, making sure that everything is identified and removed that's standing on the street. Or the Part 50 where HUD comes in and we use the data from that contractor. This is that contract. Now, the person on the call brought up some serious concerns about how they treat their employees. Unfortunately, that's not a evaluation criteria. However, now that we know of it, Tom will be responsible for monitoring that. And if we get any complaints from the employees, we will deal with it appropriately. But I'm glad the person brought it up because that's not a question on the bid, is how do you treat your employees? You don't ask that question. So unfortunately, this is the one most responsive, this is what we want. This is only for the Stanley 3 demolition. All right, I'm approving.
Thank you. Next up, resolution 9945. It's a resolution extending the contract with Kisby Lees Mechanical LLC, trading as Kisby Shore Corp. For on-call HVAC maintenance and repairs, pending the issuance of a new invitation for bids and contract award for those services.
I'm not gonna approve this.
Yeah.
This contractor, up until they realized that this contract was up for renewal, was not responsive to my team in trying to deal with our scattered site residents. So we can now just call regular contractors to come out and service our contractors while they are putting out a better RFP for contractors to actually bid on. But the responsiveness of this company was short of nothing terrible. So I'm not gonna approve it.
Next up, resolution 9946. A resolution approving the attached pre-check writing report and disbursements of bills thereof.
I had a couple of questions. Why are we paying so many penalty fees to the fire department?
we paying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 penalty fees for failure to comply with a lawful action.
That's from everybody, right?
Like 4 years.
Oh, so this is a 4-year-old problem that we need. Y'all heard him?
Yeah, 4 years.
What, 4 years?
4 years ago, we didn't do something and they finally called us up in 2025.
That's only one building, two.
One building, hey, everybody?
One
Yeah.
building.
I'm gonna add this on to my report.
What building is that, Jeffrey?
No, this is Scatter Sites.
Oh, man.
And Stanley Homes, they didn't do something with Stanley Homes. So yeah, the team is saying this from 4 years ago. I'm gonna read the documentation to verify, but you know, it is a fire department, so we don't want to not pay this.
Yeah.
That's real, right?
Yeah, y'all better pay.
Probably when the gas.
Kessler Media,
That was the PR firm that brought
a press release. Y'all, a press release for $6,500. I ain't paying. Take that one off. Press release. I want them to show me what press release they call $6,500 of your God.
That was the brother Steve on that.
Wait a minute.
Press release, and they come up.
I had one more question, but, Otis Elevator. $3,650 for October monthly maintenance, in October ain't here yet.
Oh, they charging money, man.
No, I already took it out.
I didn't see it's not out, so we not gonna pay that bill.
We cancel them, right?
Yeah, we not paying that, cause we cancel Otis. And then, a couple of the property managers spent some petty cash that I'm gonna be looking at the receipts to make sure that it was something that benefit for the residents. They have petty cash fee for like, something might pop up, like, you know, they might need a special valve or something that they need to run to Home Depot to get it.
Well, we never.
So I'm approving all of the checks. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
You about to say they ain't never see
Something
fake
special for the resident, we haven't got nothing special in a while, so.
I didn't say for all the residents, I said for all residents. They may need to apply or something like that. You don't wanna say that out loud, see if they give it out, if they won't give it out. And I mean, that you want me to really investigate that?
No.
What did I say?
No.
Okay. So we gonna pay everything except Otis Elevators and Kessler Media.
Oh, y'all gonna pay me?
So I'm approving everything except those two checks.
But Otis is reduced, it didn't work.
Yeah. Well, send me a new. How do I do this, Beth? Do I put partial approval or? Okay.
Resolution 9947 is a resolution ratifying and confirming a declaration of emergency related to underground heating and domestic hot water piping at Stanley Homes Village and approving emergency actions and contracts pursuant to that declaration.
So as we talked earlier today about Stanley Homes 1 and 2, we have to make sure that the heat is reliable or have a alternate supply of heat. Because we know and have extreme confidence that the distribution system more than likely may fail, it's going to constitute an emergency for Stanley Homes Village 1 and 2. This authorizes the management, executive director, Chris, and everybody to effectuate the repairs and contracts necessary to stabilize the heat. Because we know as soon as we send that superheated hot water through the pipes, we may have problems. So you all as soon as I say yes, by tomorrow, they're gonna be working on the designs and contracts, and Stanley, Stephanie, Nicole, make sure that we have a meeting before the 15th, even if I gotta call in, with the residents via Zoom at Stanley Village, so we can talk about this. Okay? Question. Because last year, it's a lot of relocation and. No relocation necessary. Oh, won't be. If
No.
it is,
Hotel.
what's the process? If it is, then we will let those affected residents know, and they will be at the house authorities time, put up until we need to do whatever it is. But based on the designs that we're going to discuss, I don't anticipate a relocation.
Y'all like put me in a new hotel, they got on the boardwalk.
It's at the government rate.
Well, yeah, no,
We can't afford nothing on the boardwalk.
And lastly, final resolutions, 9948, a resolution in the event of a federal government lapse in appropriation during federal fiscal year 2026.
So this is to make sure that the housing authority can continue to operate without having a board meeting to do procurements or repairs or anything, so that when the government, if knock on wood, if Congress can't agree to something, then this allows the house authority to continue to operate, and then I will come back and retroactively approve it. Okay? So this is just in case. This is a just in case. If it don't happen, you'll see me in October. You won't see me, but October 1st, it'll be business as usual. But if it happens, it'll feel like business as usual. But on the back end, I have to come back and approve certain actions. For example, after the annual plan on Monday, they have to upload it in the system by Tuesday, so that they're eligible for the capital funds on Wednesday. Okay? Yeah. This resolution allows them to upload it without me being there, and allows that capital funds to be released. When you look at the financials for August, because that's what we're showing August, right?
We show July.
In the board, we're showing July. You'll see all of your communities are in the deficit except Stanley. That's because we haven't drawn down on the piece of the capital fund we can use for operational purposes. So when you look at the money we have not taken from capital fund, and then you look at the money that you lost, if we were to have had that money, you wouldn't have lost money. But we don't have that money, so we lose the money. And then people ain't paying their rent, so we losing more money. Okay? So this resolution approved is just to make sure that they can function if Congress don't get their act together. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
That brings us to item 10 on the agenda, good and welfare.
Good and welfare, just a couple of things. One, residents, thank you all. You all have been wonderful since our last board meeting. I have met with the remainder of the residents, and I can say it has been a blast. A couple of people may have used some choice words, but you know, we all gonna get it together. Secondly, I want to thank the staff, the team, right? We have in the house.
Thank y'all. Thank you, Jeff. Thank y'all all.
I think the team has understood the urgency of the situation, and they have themselves start holding each other accountable for their performance. And that is what I have been looking for. So my managers are managing, they asking hard questions, they point out to people, we gonna call it being proactively engaged by letting me know who ain't doing their dang on job, not servicing them, so that I can get on that person's nerves but not servicing them. I gotta give a special acknowledgement to our security team. We had a hard conversation with our security team. Was it last week? Yeah. It was last week. It was real hard conversation. But from that conversation through today, I have seen significant attitude adjustment. I have seen significant changes. These supervisors are not playing with anymore with security. They either making them step up
or documenting them ready for them to get stepped out on, because security, more than everybody, understands that poor performance by their colleagues will jeopardize all of their jobs.
Right.
So it was a hard conversation, but they took it in stride. And from my observations, it's because, you know, them cameras don't lie. Them cameras don't lie. I reviewed the cameras and I am happy with what I've been seeing. Jeremy don't even know how I get into the security room. But I made it into the security room. Now he's gonna go back and look at the cameras like I. But I want y'all to know that your management team, your security team, your maintenance team has really embraced this culture change that we're trying to institute. Work order production. Let me tell you something. I don't know what Zeb told his team. I don't know what the brown shirts are the supervisor. The dark blue shirts are the team. I don't know what the brown shirt told the blue shirt. But you should see the work order. We had one person, I'm gonna let y'all know. We had one person who was doing about a work order every 2 weeks. That's what the data say. Now, you know me, I was about Instafire. I'm like, oh, you already documented yourself about the dope, man. I told Zeb, I said, Zeb, did you fail the supervisor's first? That was in August. Guess how much work orders we getting out of this first man? 6.7 a day. That's empowering the supervisors. I need y'all to keep putting in the work orders. I need y'all to keep working with your managers, keep working with your maintenance team, keep working with your security team, because they are going to be the foundation of change right on top of y'all. It's y'all first, the management team second, the executive team third. In that order of importance. Y'all got to make it happen. I'm letting that. Steve was supposed to, you know, I got to put it on record. We called Steve at least 10 times, and he ain't answered. I want to make sure I put it on record. Y'all got it on record. Oh, now it's how to recognize the number. He can call me. But Steve is going to be working with y'all resident councils, because we really need the resident councils to be established and to step up, because by having an active, engaged resident council, that opens up other opportunities that we can't have right now. So once you all are working with Steve, getting y'all councils together, getting engaged, I'm gonna be ready to say, I think, Mr. Secretary, you can come on down and say hi to everybody one more time. So y'all can let them know what's really going on. One of the secretaries was here earlier this week, and she had some questions, but she was genuinely pleased with the process, especially with the few residents that stopped to say hi. So for the good and welfare of the agency, please continue to work together. And please tell your neighbors to pay their rent, so this group over here and that one over there don't hurt me about getting them their money. All right?
That's one question over.
Oh, I got one more thing first. Jeff. This was the reason that elevator 1 was down.
Oh, wow, for the cafeteria, from the cafeteria.
I told you I don't think y'all want that. There you go.
So, Jeffries, we're going to be looking at the camera to see, giving the benefit of the doubt, that this was an accident.
More than likely it was.
That's what I'm hoping.
It was.
Because if it was not, whoever created that health and safety emergency, because an ambulance could not get upstairs on time, or the fire department couldn't get upstairs and the popos have to run up the stairs, you will have a severe least consequence for this. You inconvenience everybody for multiple hours. I'm hoping it was an honest mistake. We all make mistakes, and the camera shows that it's a mistake. We good. We just gonna say keep your things in your bag, and we good. Right? Be careful. But if we see somebody purposely put this in that elevator and cause the jam, it will be consequences and repercussions. All right?
Yeah. Are we gonna have a meeting here every month now?
Not at Jeffrey, we going everywhere else.
Maybe sure.
I do believe either Shore Park or Inlet put in their bid. I gotta look at my notes.
This is our big
See you
one on
next.
Thursday. I'm just making sure.
But yeah, we're not gonna take bingo away every Thursday.
I need my money tonight. All right, one more question. One more question. You.
Hey, you want to ask your questions to me?
Oh, I'm wrong. Let me get in. If we get a new president board, because I board.
But talk to Steve about it.
Oh, shit, we gotta see what about you.
You can, and Judy, I'm talking to both of them.
Okay, thank you. All right.
Judy might be running your face, but she know what I'm saying.
We all want to know it.
Yes,
Something that some of the residents want to know, and sometimes they can't answer the question, but I'm not scared or not. Okay, so some of the residents want to know why do some of the sites pay electric and stuff and other sites don't?
that's how it was designed. Some sites are on a master meter, some sites are on individual meter. If you are on an individual meter, that means we have meters attached to every unit, you get a utility allowance. If you're on a master meter, that means you got one big meter on the edge of your development feeding the whole thing. Or the edge of your building feeding the whole thing. That's why some people pay electricity, some people don't. Nobody pays for water, but we do. Oh, just so y'all know, the water bill. The water bill. Utility. There we go. That's really the or he bought it at Trent Freeport. Utility building. The utilities for August 1st through August 31st is $187,857. $187,857.34.
That's for everybody though, right?
That's everybody. So think about it. Think about this. We got 1,500 units. How much is that about a year?
$7.
No.
Oh, you said a year.
No, a month. No, not that much. It's a little bit over $100 per unit per month. A little bit over 100, right? Now, the housing authority is paying that. If we cannot see somebody turn off a light here, turn off a faucet there, call in that leak toilet.
Well, you talking about toilet and everything included.
Yeah.
We pay out like go in. So
No, this is we pay.
Oh, okay.
We gotta get that down so we got more money to spend on other stuff.
Okay, y'all pay that much. Say why let you bill pay that too.
Okay, we gonna raise your rent.
I think that was down bad.
That problem with that burning the bucket pipe that was running under the
Yeah, some of that is that. Some of that is that. Yeah. That's why we've been cutting off. You know, we've been cutting off water all to 3. Like, yeah. All right. After this meeting.
After this meeting, everything is approved. What's the next process? To run or is it veto or what is the process?
As soon as I approve it. Tomorrow they're gonna go out and do contracts and everything necessary to effectuate. Yeah. So everything that you saw me approve this week, they gonna have contracts going out. Yes,
Residents, I would like it for say, with indulging with management, how does it go?
What was the question?
The question is, how do we deal with management if they just doing to whatever?
We expect, and I want y'all to listen to me, and I'm gonna say this is part of good and healthy welfare. We expect a cordial relationship on the part of our managers and our residents. For example, I got a pretty upset email from a resident that never gave the property manager a chance to actually solve the problem. Property manager replied back, and I had to tell the resident, give the manager a chance to solve the problem. Now, there will always be personality conflicts, right? We all human. Yes. We are not going to like each other's personalities, but I expect a professional interaction on behalf of managers and behalf of the residents. If it gets less than professional on either side, the last person you want to get involved is me. Because I take a very strict approach to the communication, and I find fault on both sides. So that means the job could be lost and a lease could be lost. So I am clearly expecting a different way going forward of how we talk to each other, how we interact with each other. The managers know that they are here to serve you, to work with you, to help you. Residents, you are here to work with the manager, but not to lord over the manager. The manager's not here to lord over you. Tom is not here to lord over you. Dean is not here to lord over you. And I'm not here to lord over you. So we're expecting professional communication. If you and the manager not getting along, put it in writing. Whatever your request is, put it in writing. That way they can't misinterpret your tone. Conversely, if the manager sees that they're having a hard time talking to you, they're going to put it in writing. Because they know you're calling me faster than they can type. So they're going to get it to me. I'm going to listen to them. I'm going to listen to you. And I'm going to listen to you and how you coming at me. And just imagine what you said to them. And try to get to a middle ground. All right? So again, y'all, let's mutually respect each other. That's the request. And again, if you really can't, if you really feel like you need to pop off, find me. I'll let you pop off one good time. I'm gonna let you pop off one good time. You get once a year to pop off with me. And this year almost over. Do not pop off on your manager. The managers already know if they ain't got it that day, I can let them go sit in the file cabinet and go through files and tell them to get it together. They already know they got a way to do some work without jeopardizing the relationship and the reputation of the office. But again, because I've seen some residents pop off, do not pop off on the managers. Spread that word. Don't pop off on the maintenance either. I ain't forgot your brown shirt. Don't pop off on the maintenance either. And Miss Judy, if anybody's popping off on Miss Judy, I just want to know what's happening. All right? Y'all can pop off on Tom. He can take it. But you want to give once a year, then you're good. All right. What's my motion to adjourn? Go ahead, motion to adjourn.
Recording stopped.